Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Ben the Bold, and this is our Restless Germanians campaign. Now I will admit, whether through poor decision making by my part or by the fact that we are kind of starving our way across Europe, at one point we had this really nice, solid, well, decentralized, but still solid power base in Germania. We decided to try out some migration mechanics, and we're now kind of dotted around everywhere, and the campaign's getting a little ugly, but you know what? I just kind of think that is how migratory tribes are. We are kind of ugly. So, I'm going to go ahead and I think organize a lot of my men and manpower in these little like 20,000 stacks and just have them go around and they won't take any attrition, mostly because they have such low supply needs. So yeah, they're not going to take any attrition. I would like to go ahead and keep moving south, maybe pick out some places that don't have a strong web of alliances. Something I was looking at was maybe even marching my men all the way, because they can just march right through borders, but marching them all the way to Carthage and using all my light infantry to try to grab the little tip of Sicily here away from the Carthaginians, since they probably have their armies elsewhere and would have to naval invade into Carthage. It's an option. We'll see how it goes. I do, however, know that I think going full migratory is probably... I don't know. I just don't know if it's the best bet. I don't know if it's the worst idea in the world either. Let's see. Do I still have a truce with the Scythians? It does not appear that I do. So I'm actually probably going to go ahead and go to war with Scythia. I like kind of beating up on them every so often whenever I need to. Let's see. They are teched ahead of me, which I believe is going to allow me to grab some tech from them when I raise their cities. So let's go ahead and just start maneuvering our armies back towards the Scythian land. I guess it's these armies that... So yeah, we'll march you to there. These 4,000 men can go there. And we will march you to here. So we're going to go ahead, probably go to war with Sicily again. I have some angry family members, Scorn family, the Tuomes. Oh, that's because during the break I did go ahead and just settle and then unsettle this province. Let's put a Tuomes in charge of that army. That'll make you happy for at least a little while. I'm going through and I'm just going to go ahead and get all the rest of my pops out of Germania. It's time. It's no rush. It's no rush. I will also go ahead and migrate away from these two pops. Let's go ahead and get those armies back. Ooh, this is going to be a big army. Oh, and can I actually hit it again? So, okay. Alright, so every time I hit that button, 20 pops will migrate. So I'm going to just combine them and then just split that army in half. Let's go ahead and move part of that army to about right here. I should probably look and see who the Scythians are allied to. So they have a couple allies, but they are kind of far away. I'm not going to worry about them too much. It looks like the Olivans, as well as... Yeah, I'm not going to worry about those two small nations. They have 3 cohorts, and you have 6 cohorts. Yeah, so how many people do the Scythians have? The Scythians have 14. So we should be able to handle the Scythians pretty easily. Now, I'll take you, these 3,000 men, combine them here, and march them towards Scythian lands. I also have thought about heading south, maybe through... Ooh, looks like Rome wants to actually trade with me. You know what? Sure. Swabia is going to get some gold. Excellent. Plus some local tax. I'm not necessarily worried about local tax, but especially since I'm going to get rid of most of, if not all of my armies, or all of my provinces or territories. We're going to try to play this in a much more migratory fashion than we have been. Of course, the big kicker is it's difficult to go full migration. Wait, why can I not? The entire province is disloyal. Oh my goodness, I just gave them over to a disloyal province. Whoops. That's on me. And they are gonna spark a rebellion soon. Boy, oh boy. Before this province goes disloyal, I'm going to go ahead and pull those migratory units off. Oh, and right away the Getians are going to go ahead and start recolonizing everything. That's probably the smart move on their part. Probably the smart move on their part. Certainly don't blame them. Tell you what, this whole migration thing, that has really done a number on me. I should maybe think about migrating to somewhere completely new and just starting from scratch and just kind of rebuilding my nation a little bit more than I kind of have been. I mean, you could say that that's what I'm doing here. I could go ahead and grab a bunch of this territory and then kind of play a little bit more of a normalized game. But you know what? We're here because we're a little restless. We're going to keep trying to migrate. We always have some territories to fall back on if we absolutely had to. In fact, we could just try to take all of Scythia's land. In fact, maybe that's the way to go here. We have some upset families. We also have a rebellion. Basically, a bunch of our pops will join. And it looks like this little country will join the rebellion as well. Not super worried about the rebellion. It looks like we're wary of war. We'll lose some popularity, but that's in the end going to be fine. We definitely do need to just kind of sit around, recover some stability for a little while. One of our families is scoring. How can we fix that? How can we make it better? How about we just hire a general? There we go. You are now in charge. Does that still not make you happy? Oh, you want one more job? You know what? Hey, let's put you in charge. Now the family's a little happier now. We have several disloyal provinces, including all of these people back here. Whoops, that's on me. I shouldn't have had my pops join with a disloyal province. Oh well, I'm just gonna let them rebel, I guess. I still think we have a pretty sizable and dominant army, although they are made up of pretty trash troops. So, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and our tribesmen, with 100% decentralization, the tribesman output is actually quite good, so we could go ahead and build a bunch of tribal settlements in the land that we have, although that is a little less migratory than we want to be, right? We want to keep migrating around everywhere, don't we? Well, in the meantime, we're just going to keep letting our stability tick up. I wonder, can I go ahead and hit the pig button again? Yeah, sure. So this is going to mean that our stability is going to increase by 0.66 every month. That's not terrible. I'm going to guess that all 50 out of the 138 of my pops are back here in Germany. I could, of course, just come back into Germany, and I mean, my kind of ranging horde here would definitely do a number on a lot of the German states up here. But my whole point here was to move away from Germany. We are the Swabians. We're going to bring Swabian culture to, well, somewhere else. You can see the Swabian culture is... Ooh, and actually I'm outnumbered in some of these places by Scythians. Oh well. I'll tell you what, that disastrous war with Getty in the last episode really hurt us. It took a bunch of our pops. We were able to kind of make up for it by snagging some land from them, but man, it was a rough war. I was feeling pretty good about the campaign before then. Looks like from one clan to another, we're going to get a brand new clan. We're going to gain one centralization, or we could lose one centralization. I'm going to say let's lose it, even though we're not actually losing anything because we're at 100 centralization. So I'll admit this has not gone the way I initially planned. However, I'm still feeling okay about where we are. If, after all, I needed to, I could spread out my pops a little bit and go ahead and conquer a large territory, bring me back to the forefront. But right now, I am still trying to play this a little bit more migratory-ish. I'm honestly okay if these provinces rebel. I don't really want a lot of brick and mortar provinces anyway. I'm actually doing not great on food everywhere. Yeah, this is kind of tough. I should probably play this a little bit more like one would expect to play. So I think if I end up going to war with Scythia, whatever I actually take, I'm just going to take. In a warp. I might as well go ahead and fabricate a claim since I'm waiting around anyway. And let's go ahead and fabricate a claim on Samarta Superius. Grab that territory from him. Troubling developments. The corrupt trader. Alright, so recently we have seen that our apothecary, Sonoric Malgrus, as well as those under his charge, have been doing a disappointing job. It seems people have issues with It seems people having issues with them keep reporting back to us how difficult they are to work with. When talking to the man, he claims it is simply a matter of bureaucracy being difficult, and the funds for his office has been lacking lately. So we could say he's a corrupt traitor, will not be given anything, or we could give him something. You know what? He's pretty loyal. I'll give him a little bit of cash. So I think for the time being, I am going to try to make the Scythian land my kind of new home. So I'm going to fight this fight. Or would that be... Yeah, so I'm going to fight this fight. We'll create a new home here in Scythia, at least for the time being. We might eventually start to see ourselves try to migrate again down towards the south. But I think this is what we're going to do for now. Wouldn't mind necessarily attacking this little country. They are at war currently with Egypt, and they are in a pretty nice defensive league, but I think I can get in there, capture some territory, raise some territory real quick. So that might indeed be what I end up doing. I'll capture a homeland, and then I might use some like raiding armies, where I migrate away from a province, or from a territory, move down, just raid for some tech, and then come back home, where if I did lose those pops, it wouldn't be necessarily bad. I don't know if that's a decentish way to play with these migratory hordes, but right now, because of how the food situation is shaping up, and maybe just because of poor play by me, let's be honest here, we are struggling mightily. We do have some tributaries, so we're doing fairly decently on gold at the moment, at least. I could somewhere I have an actual standing army. I thought. Maybe not. I could go ahead and actually start rebuilding my army. And, you know what? Let's go ahead and build some slingers. I'll build 5 slingers here in my capital. I am going to go ahead and wait for the claim. I think it's just the better thing to do right now. I kind of gave up on the mission tree when I decided to go migrating. Oh well. I guess I'll go ahead and abort that mission, why not? Oh, we'll lose 5 stability. Oh well. I still can't declare war. We'll gain that 5 stability back in about 7 months. It'll be fine. Let's see, any new things? A matter of Venetia. Our fortunes await in foreign lands. This region has been considered part of our borders, yet much of it remains beyond our control. Oh no, that's... Where is that region? It's probably somewhere over in Germany, right? Yeah. Oh man, I should have... I could have... I was such a dominant powerhouse, I could have easily taken all of this territory. But instead I decided to uproot myself and move to Scythia. What a silly idea that was. Let's go ahead and just go with National Tribesman output. Let's just... I know I don't have a ton of them working the fields, but the ones I do have, let me try to keep them in line. I guess I could, if I wanted to, I could migrate back here. Reset up shop in Germany. Would that necessarily be the worst thing ever? If I retreated back from my Scythian excursion? We do still have some territory up here. Is it even... It's very disloyal. You know what? No, we are not going to do that. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep trying to play as this horde. I want to try to play with these horde mechanics a little bit more. I do need to get to positive stability, or I could just hit this pillage button, and then I would just go to war with Scythia right away, or the raise city button. You know what? If I hit the raise city button, it immediately declares war. Alright, so that's a good way to get around declaring war, and it's a way to get around declaring an OCB war. I don't know if that's intentional, but I did not take a huge stability hit that like I should have, so I don't know if that is a bug or by design, but I was able to get around the no CB war. It looks like the Scythians are actually at war with the Bosphorine Kingdom as well as Samarta, so this might have been huge. Yeah, I am going to have some people rebel against me, but you know what? That's alright. We are restless Germans, and we are just going to keep on chugging. So I'm going to go ahead... Nope, let's actually have you stop. Let's go ahead and... We're going to get a lot of aggressive expansion, but let's go ahead and raise every single city we're occupying. Let's put a general in charge of here, shall we? You look decent. We'll raise you. We'll raise you. We'll raise you. And we will raise you. So that's destroying their civilization value by quite a bit. Now let's go ahead and keep moving onwards. Onwards and upwards, as always. Let's try to grab this fort before the Bosphorine Kingdom can. And, yeah. So yeah, we definitely just don't have to wait to go to war, do we? The Tuoms, they want to... someone. Is there another army out here that could use someone in charge of it? Yeah, there is. How about you? We'll hire someone from the Tuohm family, and there we go. Looks like the Bosphorus Kingdom is going to be right on that, but we are going to be in control of this siege. Yes, sir, and you need a general, don't you? Well, let's go ahead and place Fisty. Fisty can be in charge. We still have some disloyal provinces, that's fine. We have a bad research ratio, but you know what? We're going to try to grab most of this from raising, most of our research from raising. So let's go ahead and grab that gold. I'm all for that. We're going to gain some corruption. But let's go ahead and, can I raise the city? Alright, so I can't pillage and raise. I can either raise or pillage. We'll go ahead and keep on the raising train. I like how you can raise the city when you're just sitting on it before you're at war. I think that you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that, right? That's got to be unintentional, correct? So this gives us a national unrest up, plus having high war exhaustion gives us national unrest up, but it also gives us monthly military experience plus 31%. That's huge. And we're going to definitely need that. Ooh, I can raise this even though I don't own it. That's a game changer. Well, we got the claim. I could... Alright, so I was just a few minutes ago talking about probably settling down here. But now I'm not so sure. I kind of want to keep playing as a horde. I keep going back and forth. This horde life is very new to me. I haven't played it before. I'm kind of liking the migratory outlook on life. It's very dangerous because one bad war and we can be just done for. But one thing that we did in Germania is that when things went south, we kept trying to fight it out. We actually hired some mercenaries and fought it out. But really, what we should have done is just ran away. Because the Germanians, they're not going to follow us all the way over here. Or they're not going to follow us all the way to Bohemia. But we could just have run away, moved all our pops away, and just like gotten away safely, and eventually given up some territory to Germania. But honestly, if we just got rid of all of our territory, which is something I want to do eventually, then we would be in great shape. I'm going to go ahead, and I think I actually want the money here, so I'm just going... No, I'm going to raise it. This was a fun war. It was relatively bloodless. We didn't lose anyone outside of attrition, and we didn't even really take any attrition damage. You are currently taking attrition because of why? Let's actually just split you in half. Move you this way. Sure, I'll do some trading. One of our armies lacks food. Oh, here's some of our more traditionalized cohorts. We'll go ahead and create a new unit with just our traditional cohorts. Move you this way. Create a new unit. Move you guys this way. Oh, good. We made a miraculous recovery. Good, good. Oh, looks like we're going to fight and win a battle. Good for us. Good for us. Let's go ahead and raise the cities. Let's raise the roof, y'all. Alright, that was a bad pun. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for it. Let's go ahead and move all of our more traditional cohorts and link them together. You can't hit the raise button. Cool. And we've just won this siege. Perfect. Let's go. Oh, we can't raise it. Why not? We own the territory. What are you talking about? Oh, is it because... No, they have 9 pops. I could settle the territory. Oh, how sad. He gains diphtheria. Not diphtheria. Oh, we have some titles that need to be assigned. I have lots of red alerts, don't I? Let's see. I'll go ahead and give that title to you. That'll get rid of some red alerts. I have some loyalty issues, but I'm not necessarily worried about poor loyalty. Although I should be. As long as I keep all in one province, I won't have any loyalty issues because the capital province is always loyal. So if I do ever settle, I want to make sure I only do it in one spot. Because I'm going to get tons of disloyalty because my regions or my territories, they're going to be individually kind of upset with me, have high unrest because I'm settling on, if I view my pops, like the Swabians, they're relatively happy. It's the Scythians who aren't, and that is where the unhappiness kind of... So, honestly, I need to... I need to kind of cleanse the areas. Or if I'm going to settle somewhere, I need to settle it and then immediately unsettle it so that all of those pops who were Scythian magically become Swabian. So, speaking of, let's go ahead and see if they would take a white piece. They would take a white piece by quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is just look at, there's 9 pops here. I'm going to pause it. There's 9 pops here. There are 8 pops here. 7 pops there. Ooh, I definitely don't want all 33 of those pops sitting on top of each other. Let's move you down there. Ooh, there are 10 pops here, so I'm actually going to move those 13 men over. Alright. Cool, we got some new pops, I guess. And I think I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, let the disloyal curs go hungry. I don't really want that. But, you know what? They're disloyal. Let them go hungry. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just settle in a bunch of areas. Kind of like what I did for the Getians. I'm actually going to split this army in half and only move 10,000 men to settle here, because that's enough so that I will still have enough pops to unsettle it or to migrate, but not so much that it will cost me 2 spots to do it. I'm just going to get rid of the high war exhaustion as well as the bad research ratio. That's going to kind of constantly happen. And then, are you still willing to do a white piece? Yeah, of course you are. So now let's go ahead and settle this territory. That links us together, but I'm actually going to go ahead and unsettle it very, very quickly. You know what? Let's go ahead and we'll settle you as well. We will settle here. And I think that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and see if we can peace out with the Scythians. We'll also, yeah, we'll just do the white piece. There we go. Good job by our glorious tribesmen. And now, I know it's going to cost me a bunch of stability, but I'm immediately going to unsettle these pops, or migrate away from these pops. It now costs me 3.2. And I wasn't even able to move... Yeah, alright, so they're all... No, I wasn't even able to move all of them, so I'm going to have to hit the button again. So that's going to cost me quite a bit of stability each time. We'll move these 25 pops just somewhere else. They're not going to take attrition somewhere where they won't take attrition. They won't take attrition there. I'm going to just keep migrating these territories that we just settled. Even if it does kind of kill my... Yeah, sorry. I was reading a text. Yeah, I'm going to keep just migrating these pops that we just settled, which was you, right? Entire province is disloyal. Oh, that was my mistake in having... Alright, well, you and you. Alright, so we basically just fought this war to grab a bunch more pops. And, yeah, we're kind of leaving Scythia in some trouble in our wake. We are going to, I think, begin to move south again, especially since Thrace seems to be in quite a bit of trouble. Let's actually take a look at Thrace. So you're at war with a bunch of people and only allied to a few. That's someone who is, you are guaranteed. You're guaranteed by Armenia. You know what? I don't mind going to war with Armenia, although you have a huge defensive league. So I won't go to war with Thrace, but you know what? Who I probably will go to war with? You. Let's go ahead and actually just move some migratory pops down your direction. I think I'm going to, for now, completely settle this province, I guess with the exception of this, just because it's my current capital province, so it will not be disloyal no matter what I do. So I'll settle it, I will use it for now as a base of operations to come down, raise some other countries, specifically you next. And then we'll kind of reassess from there. So we're still just kind of feeling it out. We're still feeling it out. I have, unfortunately, too many... What I'm going to go ahead and say is just too many of provinces. Honestly, I think I would be a little happier if I just didn't have any. I'm not going to be able to deal with the province disloyalty with you all. Hopefully a civil war will deal with that for me. Although a civil war is going to hurt my country. I don't know what would happen to all these different pops. We might just flat out lose. If we flat out lose, well, you know what? We'll try it again at some other time. I want to get this migratory horde thing down, but right now we are talking about a sure-on mess. We'll just have to see what happens. If I lose this, don't judge me too hard, right? Alright, that's where I'm going to have to end it for today. I hope you're all having a great day. If you like this video for some reason, if you like what I'm doing with these hordes, I'll admit I'm not a huge fan, but if you kind of like it, or if you have any suggestions on how to save this campaign, hit me up in those comments, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one.